mic is okay. She off your mic.
Chai! Now wow, people wey suppose talk truth to power don't off mic. And if we talk, now 500,000 they go summer us, call them hate speech. But fear not, Maiyegun don't come. Him go torchlight every corner, nooks and cranny of all these bad people where they spoil our country. So my people make we laugh, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. My people make we shout, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun diary Politico, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. This one not the off in mind, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. And in the touchlight every corner, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Okay, some people be they holla say they want the power. Chai, them be promise us say we go get light and power. Them hustle sote they can't get the power. But now they know they do anything with the power. Every day, dollar just they get it higher power over naira. See them talk say make we off mic, but thank God say Maiyegun don't come. So my people make you loud, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. My people make we shout, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun diary Politico, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. This one not they off in mind, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Person where they do evil, no one make person talk. Them say that Maiyegun, that man too they talk. He too they talk. Say Maiyegun diary, he they hot like pepper. But every day then they take money in bulk. Woman picking, they the street they hawk. Still them talk say make we no talk. But thank God say Maiyegun don't come. So my people make you loud, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. My people make you shout, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun diary Politico, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. This man not the off in mind, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Aha. Now him una don hear all these bad politicians them we call themselves politicians. Where they thief our money, we no want make the common man get wetin he suppose get for this country. Una never hear something. Now go hear one. Maiyegun, you go show na paper. Maiyegun diary Politico.
Hello there. Good afternoon, good morning, good evening to you from wherever you are watching from. This is Maiyegun live, and thank you so much for joining me. So before we go deeper into the program tonight, please let me know if the audio is better over there. Thank you very much for joining me again tonight. It's just the second update to what happened in Asaba yesterday. As expected, reactions have started pouring back in, and we are going to treat them, look into them as we advance our awareness tonight. Let me know if the audio is perfect right there on your own device, on your screen. Thank you.
Malamala. Mo bojú ayé o, ayé ṣá malamala. Mo máa bójú ọ̀run òkùnkùn ló ṣúbolẹ̀. Mo máa bójú ọ̀run òkùnkùn ló ṣúbolẹ̀. Mo ní ẹ̀ẹ́rẹ́ yìí o. Kí ni dé sí Yorùbá o, ọmọ aráyé? Kí ni ṣẹlẹ̀ sí Yorùbá o, ọmọ Oòduà o? Yéyéyéyéyéyé, àwa máa ṣe ọ̀rọ̀ là ń bẹ. Yorùbá ń ṣera wọn nítorí owó. Yorùbá ń jìra wọn lẹ́sẹ̀ nítorí ipò. Wọ́n gbẹ̀mí fáláre, wọ́n gbáre pẹ́lẹ́bí. Wọ́n kò lè kó wájà, wọ́n tún kó lóko wá mú. Ọgbọ́n tí wọ́n gbọ́n ló gbé wọn délé ọlá. Ọgbọ́n náà ló tún padà wá sí lé wọn mọ́lẹ̀ o. àwọn tí wọ́n ti ń ṣọ̀gá lọ́jọ́ tó ti pẹ́ tún padà wá dẹni à ń fọwọ́ ti sẹ́yìn o. yóò Yorùbá yoyoyo bí iná alẹ́ Yorùbá rúrúrú bí omi òkun Yorùbá bàbá ni bàbá ń ṣe. yóò Yorùbá ronú o. Yorùbá sọra wọn di bọ́ọ̀lù fáráyé gbá. wọ́n bá wọn sókè wọ́n tún bá wọn sísàlẹ̀ o. ẹ̀yà tí ó ti kéré tẹ́lẹ̀ ni wọ́n gé kúrú. àwọn tí àrífẹ́jọ́ tún ti dẹni àtijọ́ Yorùbá jókòó sílẹ̀ rẹ̀gẹ̀dẹ̀ wọn fọwọ́ lọ́wọ́. bí àgùntàn tí abọ́ rẹ̀ ń gbòrìṣà ilẹ̀ o. yóò Yorùbá ronú o. oríkì màí burú títí kó bógún ọdún lẹ́yìn òkùnkùn bèrèbèrè ìmọ́lẹ̀ yàtọ̀ o ẹ jẹ́ ká pọ̀ Olódùmarè ká pọ̀ bá.
olùwàyé káyé wa lè dùn nígbẹ̀yìn aláyọ̀ ń ta ilẹ̀ mo bẹ̀ ẹ́ o ilẹ̀. Thank you so much. I think we are good with the audio. Okay. One good thing about YouTube is this: if you have multiple platforms that are currently streaming same time, you can choose what you want to go and watch or listen to. Then you can always come back to others. I mean, it's pretty much like you having Sky or having DSTV. So you have loads and loads and loads of choices of contents you want to see, but you always have your favorite. So my friends, thank you very much. For staying back. Yes, we have started seeing the reaction as expected. If you watched my earlier video today, where I treated the communique of the Southern Nigeria governors when they met yesterday, and in their communique they ban open grazing. And they also ban the movement of cows to Southern Nigeria on foot. Also, they don't want to be part of the Ruga arrangement, National Livestock, which is the fraud that Pastor Ruga and co put together in a way to give, as a form of giving land to this invading terrorist. So, after that meeting in Asaba yesterday, the Maiyegun, as expected, they have responded. We are waiting for the presidency, which we are talking about the Femi Okpono additional and his his senior colleague, his boss, Garbage Shehu or Garbage Isewu. We are waiting for them to warn us. But Maiyegun has responded. He said it is all rubbish. Southern governors are just comedians. And another guy who happened to be a fraudulent criminal as well, who is being currently prosecuted for mismanagement of NHIS when he was there as their, maybe their director or what have you. So the same guy came out to say the Southern governors met in a hotel. Meanwhile, they actually met in government house, yeah? That's to tell you, said the Southern governors who went and, convened a meeting, they convened a meeting without the authorization, without the clearance from the Fulani leaders. He actually said it. I said that earlier today, and I finally got a clip where he mentioned that on AIT. So I'll come back to treat the rest. But for the record, listen to this.
Is that Gandhi said, whatever you do for me without me is against me. Ask all those, 13, 15 governors that met in that hotel. Was there any of the Fulani leaders consulted? Any of the Fulani leaders consulted? So they are there making laws for people that they have not consulted. This is a problem with government. Disconnected, out of touch with realities of people. You must sit down and talk with people you are making laws for. None of those governors have sat down with Fulani leaders in wherever they are and tell them what we're planning to do, or what we're going to do, or what alternatives are there. And then they're sitting down there and making laws.
All right.
Be careful.
You get that? He's referring to the governors. Governors elected, I mean, at least let's agree, Abby, elected the leaders of the authorities in those states. Those are the people he's referring to. That they didn't consult the Fulani leaders. That they are making the laws for. They are making laws to protect the people from invading terrorists. And you know that guy is the guy with Gumi, Sheikh Gumi, their national negotiator. It was the guy with him. They went to Zamfara together. They were lodged in a hotel together where they met with the bandits and terrorists. And they conveyed their message to Nigerians and the Nigerian government. And since then, they've been cashing out. There are new revelations. So I'll come to that. The southern governors, we believe that they are all, they are all, toothless anyway. But that move that they made, that declaration they made, we are waiting for more reactions. And this time around, they are not just reactions. And there will be also counter reactions. And this is why we are always ahead of them. And nothing really shocks us. Do you get that now? Nothing shocks us. Because after this, we know what they are going to do next. After that, we know what's going to happen next. But most of them are not really prepared for it. And they are always expressing shock. We know the end result. And I'll give you an idea of what I think. And I'll let you think too. Before I go further, there is going to be a guest on this platform tonight. One of the victims of the draconian, dictatorial, tyrannical system of government they have in Nigeria right now. You all remember Lance Corporal Martins Idakpani. Do you remember him? And do you remember Mrs. Victoria Idakpani, the woman we raised some money for on Maiyegun's diary Politico, in our own way of sending love, support to the family? The man, the soldier, made a video where he told his fellow soldiers not to go after the NSAS protesters and stop killing innocent people whenever they are sent to do such jobs. He also called on Burataye the butcher to resign because they have been sending his colleagues, his friends, to their death. They will send them on a mission. Then they will be ambushed. This video cost him his liberty since that time. He's been in detention since then. His wife, she's been through a lot. She's always been in touch. But most of the time, I always make that realize that we can only cry for help. We can only cry out there. The Nigerian government, which is the Nigerian military, they are holding him. There was a time his health condition was reported so bad, like it got deteriorated, that we raised the alarm at the time. It's been bad again. She has something for us tonight, so I'm going to bring her up later on this broadcast tonight. So if you have the time, please stay tuned. Saint Alexo, thank you. I'll read your super chat. Did Fulani people consulted the Southerners before moving their cattle to southern forests? If they expect the southern governors to consult them first, it is an aberration. It is an insult that has become so normal, and we tolerated it. That's what happened. We tolerated this. Until now, our leaders have been so unfaithful, unloyal, dishonest with us, misleading. They didn't let us realize the danger of the danger we were in, being part of Nigeria. Now that all these exposés are coming up, they are doing everything to make us believe that Nigeria can still work, or maybe we are just overreacting. However, they are agreeing with us now that the danger is even more there than what they thought. But it is too late. They are part of the problem. They can be part of the solution. But they can be the catalyst that we have now turned and made them to be. So, make them to be, which is great, right? We have been insulted enough that if you want to be anything, right, it is so bad that even those who are claiming to be local champions in Yoruba land, in Igbo land, they are ass lickers. They call themselves leaders when they go to Igbo land. They call themselves governors. They call themselves, in Yoruba land, you see them too. Meanwhile, they can never become anything in that country without the blessing, without consulting with these Fulani leaders. So in the process, they were gaining support, they're gaining more influence, more money, while their people wallow in more abject poverty. They know about it. Now it's catching up with everybody now. As they say, when the poor finally run out of food and they have nothing to eat anymore, they will eat the rich. And the rich are about to be fed to the poor. It's about to happen. And now they are acting. So that insult that many of us have been pointing out, that number one, when the southern Nigeria, middle belt, everybody were asking for a restructured Nigeria, a renegotiated country that actually brings inclusiveness, involvement, makes people feel like they are involved and they are not being just, coward simply because they have no choice. So they've been asking for restructuring. They said restructuring will never work. And the reason why restructuring will never work in Nigeria is because the story of the poor husband, abusive husband, and the rich wife, the poor northern husband and the rich southern wife. So the rich wife, which has to go through all the bullying, makes all the money, watches the poor north, the poor husband, fritter away the money, flaunt and throw them away, and at the same time come back to abuse that same south for more money, for more things. And they've become so insolent, they've become so lazy in the process. Now asking for a divorce, such wife asking for a divorce, it's never going to be an easy ride. And that is why you would expect that anyone who is standing up or claiming to be standing up for Yoruba, standing up for the Igbos, as we speak today, should at least demand for a complete divorce, as long as the terms and conditions of the marriage can no longer be met, as long as they have to steal the money. Imagine Lagos State alone making over 5.4 trillion naira for federal government of Nigeria, not because all that money comes from the Lagosians, but because of how they have rigged Nigeria in a way that a country of 200 million people only have one functional seaport. Can you believe that? Country of 200 million people. It is deliberate. Not because the rest of the southern Nigeria, not because we are not surrounded by the Atlantic Ocean or have access to. If you go to the Niger Delta, you have access to the Atlantic Ocean. If you stay in western Nigeria, you have access to the Atlantic Ocean. Yet, they only have one seaport. It is deliberate. And today, people are questioning that. People are asking for it to be different. So anyone who tells you that Nigeria should remain what it is, while you pray for it, is that person is enjoying from the rot, and is enjoying it at the expense of your own blood, the blood of your loved ones. So if they cannot stand up and speak and say, well, this marriage will not work. When we asked for restructuring, they said no. When we asked for regionalism, they said no. When we asked for resource control, they said no. When we asked for constitutional amendment that will allow for a referendum, they said no. It is all against the North. But unfortunately, the southern Nigeria, where Sharia is not welcome and will never ever be welcome. Let me say this: it's not because this is to insult your religion, okay? The form of Sharia that these guys are practicing is so fraudulent that you cannot preach that to anybody in southern Nigeria and you will not be called a fanatic, because that's what you will be. They are so hypocritical that in Nigeria today, you have two countries, or let me say a supposed one country with two laws. One law for the one part, one law for the other part. A country that allows them to take taxes from alcohol and from other things that they ban in northern Nigeria because of Sharia. A country that allows them to take money from VAT, VAT, money from all this alcoholic consumption, you know, and all of that. They share from the money. But as a Nigerian, you dare not move to northern Nigeria and open your own bar. The highest taxpayer in the entire Kaduna state, as we speak today, they are the Nigerian breweries. In Kaduna, there is no Sharia, but they have to what? They can never, you as a Yoruba man, as an Igbo man, you can never go into any part of their place as we speak today and open this big giant bar like you would do in Lagos. Meanwhile, when you do it in Lagos, you pay taxes. Everybody that buys a bottle from you, they pay VAT, taxes, right? That money goes into a central pot in Abuja, right? Like every other penny goes into a central pot. They share it to Zamfara, where there is Sharia, where they are not allowed to drink alcohol, but their youth are addicted on tramadol, complete addiction. Many of young girls that they are forced into marriages, because they said their Sharia accepted and allowed that, right? Many of these young girls, they are forced into different abusive marriages. Many of them have resulted into drugs to just, you know, kill the depression that they've brought upon them. It is endemic, the destruction that these guys have brought upon their people. But yet, morally, they are sharing from what they call the immoral money. Southern Nigeria is considered as an infidel region. Whether you are a Muslim, whether you are a Christian, right? You are considered as an infidel as long as you don't worship their type of Allah. That is in the same country. A conversation they don't want us to have. People have been killed simply because of their faith. In northern Nigeria, in Middle Belt, they are still being killed, massacred, made homeless, and destroyed. Their property is destroyed. As you are watching this video, this is 2021. It is still up. They are still happening. And that is the Nigeria. Okay. So when they put everything in the same basket, right? The only thing that the northern Nigeria, the elite, their governors, their senators, their reps, their local government chairmen and women, their councillors, their emirs, their sultans, and the rest of all those their lousy, jihadi apologists, from northern Nigeria, the only thing they have given to the country is corruption, destruction, division, ethnic profiling, terrorism, and ethnic cleansing. That's what they have brought in the history, in the last 60 years history of that country. The only thing the northern Nigeria and their elite contributed, if it's not coup, it will be counter coup, counter coup. They have nothing economically to point to. They have nothing policy-wise, governmental-wise to point to. And this is a conversation they don't want people to have. Now they are promoting what is called land grabbing, Fulanization agenda, an agenda that allows a Fulani terrorist from the Sahel, from Central African Republic, from Niger, from Mali, Chad, from Sudan and all these places, Libya, to walk straight into Nigeria without border, no check, no nothing. And they are spreading. Now they are everywhere, not just in northern Nigeria. Over 80,000 people have been killed. People are still being killed as you are watching this video. Now the agenda now is that give them the land. And if you want to make any law to ban them from grazing in your forest, from kidnapping your women, from destroying your farms, from sending your people to refugee camps, the northern elites are telling us that we either consult with them to make laws to protect ourselves. That is the Nigeria, a true Nigeria that they are telling us to live with, right? One of them, they were asking, let me tell you something about what this is all about. There is something called National Livestock Program. National Livestock Program is a fake program put together in disguise of Ruga. It's a program put together that will allow the government from all levels in Nigeria to part with with portions of land that can at least accommodate a large number of emigrating and invading Fulani terrorists and their families in different and their choosing fields for 6 years. People disagreed. Even those who are promoting this idea and this ideology, whose people have been killed, we've now realized that even though we have been reading all these killings in the northern Nigeria, yes, majority of those they are killing, they are actually Christians. Let it be on record without being politically correct. I'm not saying they are not killing those who are also Muslims. Yes, they are. I have watched where the jihadist military of Nigeria opened fire on the El-Zakzaki supporters. El-Zakzaki supporters, the Shiites, they are Shiite Muslims in northern Nigeria. That is actually another war entirely, right? But according to ISAC pandemic, wherever sect you belong to, whenever infidels are killed, they rejoice. That is the country that they are keeping us. But like I said, it is evident. Thousands and thousands, tens of thousands have been killed in Middle Belt areas. They are Christians. They were Christians. Communities have been ransacked in southern Kaduna. They were Christian-dominated communities. And on record, the government of Kaduna, led by El Rufaya, is appointed with all those areas where communities have been ransacked and people killed. The lands have been taken over by the terrorists who committed the crime. For years now, they've been living in those areas. In fact, the government of Kaduna has appointed emirs for these guys, emirs for all these communities. These were Christian communities. A long-lasting war that they believe that by the power and by the virtue of conquest, they deserve to control everywhere. That same right of conquest or right to own everywhere after conquest is what is going on in Yoruba land. They believe that they have conquered us. I don't know where they have that impression from, but they understand how to use power. They are in power. They started Ruga. They call it national livestock. Even the Mumumadu Bokwari, the man, they are using his name to propagate and lead this war, jihad, on Ruga. People asked him, what is national livestock? Bokwari.
Livestock.
Huh?
Livestock.
National livestock.
I will talk about it. He doesn't know. He doesn't. I think he doesn't know.
These are all directed at Mr. President. So corruption, yes, let me know. He can talk for himself.
He doesn't know. He doesn't know.
I want Nigerians to give you another opportunity to do another 4 years. Why?
Well, I
doesn't know.
I think
call him if they can bring him out of his deathbed. Call him to come and define national livestock. The idea is crude. Everybody knows, we can see through it. The governors are still hiding. They are pleading. And now, these guys came out and they said, because some people met in a hotel, did they consult with the Fulani leaders? Is that not what Gumin is promoting? That they should be consulted. They are now the Fulani leaders, Miyeti Allah. When they called the meeting in Akure, I think it was around February this year, where they said they were doing a peace meeting with Miyeti Allah. Governors from Zamfara, Yobe, Niger, and I think Kano, they were all in Akure. They led the delegation of Miyeti Allah to come and negotiate for how to protect Yoruba land and bring peace from the terrorists they are funding and giving weapons to. And the governors of Yoruba land converged in Akure. They met with them. They did all the nonsense, the same photo op and all that usual to distract us, and they came out, they said they are going to form a joint task force with Yetiala, so that we can authorize the Fulani terrorists, or give them the authority to carry the gun and stroll through Yoruba land to now monitor us, to come and give us protection in Yoruba land. That was the communique. Few hours after they released that communique, we took to the social media, we destroyed that communique, and you never see the light of the day to this day. And I told people, I said, you will never see any Yetiala anywhere in Yoruba land, driving their van, parading anywhere in the name of a joint task force with Yoruba governor. If you see them anywhere, arrest them. Arrest them. They are terrorists. There is something called citizen arrest. It's part of what we are going to introduce in Yoruba land. Yes, citizen arrest. And to this day, I have not been told if anyone has seen Yetiala patrolling Yoruba land in their van, call it vigilante in Yoruba land. There was a time we caught them where they were they were walking about those terrorists you see in the forest. They have ID card in their pockets. In that identity card, they are called vigilante member of Yetiala, vigilante of Nigeria, something like that. So when we raised the alarm, that ended. Today, if you see any Fulani terrorist carrying AK-47, showing you ID card, arrest him and do what is right. Do what is right, because if you have the capacity to hold them, I know you know what to do. You will never find them in anywhere in Yoruba land. They will never get any legitimacy in Yoruba land, ever. Even when the governors are kowtowing to them, it won't happen. We know that they started Amotekun. And today, we know that Amotekun is just a paper tiger. Amotekun is now checking phones. Amotekun is now trying to settle husband and wife fight. Amotekun, they were meant to be in the forest. They were supposed to be giving us report of how much of those communities they have cleared the terrorists from. That was what they started Amotekun for. And I expected that same thing to be what they started Ebube Agu for. Ebube Lizard or Ebube Eku. But we know all of that are just in disguise. They are trying to satisfy their Fulani lords at the expense of their people. So we know we can see through that. Okay, what I mean now? A very quick one, just before we proceed, okay? I'm going to try and bring on Mrs. Victoria Gidakbane for just about 5-10 minutes. She has something to share with us, and I want her to say it live because of those who are going to be watching. And then also, we're going to be reaching out to the lawyer, Lawyer Tokwe. For those, we call him a Luta lawyer. He's been on Maiyegun's diary before. I'm sorry if this is, a little bit of an interruption. It's important because once I go deeper into what I'm doing now, I may never get her on. And I promised to speak to her. Okay. So I'm going to try and get her on now. Just give me a moment.
Hello.
Hello. Mrs. Victoria Idakbani.
Yeah, good evening, sir.
Good evening, ma. I want to check if our viewers can, our listeners can hear you. So I'm going to check with them. Please let me know if you can hear Mrs. Idakbani on the phone, the wife of Lance Corporal Martins Idakbani, who has been in the detention of the Nigerian military for the past year now. So she's here, and they have been going through a lot that I want to share with you, so people can hear you. How are you tonight?
I'm fine, thank you, sir.
Great. You reached out to me about a month ago on something that Corporal Martins discussed with you. Some of them you won't have to share them on this program tonight. But then today, you also reached out that something happened that you wanted to share, but I didn't have the time to listen to them. Please, can you give us an update on the situation of Lance Corporal Martins today.
Well, thank you very much for the opportunity. Good evening, everyone. The update I have is that the last time he sent me some petitions he wrote about the Nigerian army, even the military police, the way they are treating him over there. So the recent one, let me just talk about the recent one.
Okay.
I got an update this afternoon that he has been beaten thoroughly. That was Saturday and Sunday. Although the main thing was that I was even in Sokoto. I stayed in Sokoto for over a month, and so I was denied access to my husband. I went to the military police where he's being held in Sokoto there. And with my kids, they stopped me from seeing him, meeting the RP there. I greeted him and I said, I am Lance Corporal Mrs. Dakmani Martins. And he was like, I should hold on. Let him ask for order from above. Okay. He made 1 or 2 calls. We were still standing there with the kids. And he said, sorry, madam, you are not allowed to see your husband. And I said, have I committed any offense?
You are not allowed to see your husband?
Yes, sir.
When was the last time you saw him? Sorry, when was the last time you saw him?
The last time I saw him was last upper year. That was on the 1st of January.
2020?
Yes, sir.
So what did the officer tell you after he came back that you can't see your husband?
Yeah, he said, I can't see my husband. And I said, even the kids could not see their husband. He said, their father, he said, no. And I was like, okay, fine, no problem. The children were like crying at the front of the garden there because I told them, I said, we are going to see daddy. They disturbed me. So they were somehow sick. They frustrated my life that they wanted to see their father. So I had to like take the bull by the horn. I said, no matter what will happen, I will go there. If they want to kill me, let them kill me. But let my children just hear even his voice. On reaching there, the children were like crying. My first daughter was like rolling. She was just rolling on the ground there. I want to see my daddy. The man said, it's an order from above that we are not allowed to see him. I only heard his voice through the window. He can see us, but we cannot see him. He just only spoke to me through the window and he said, baby, take the children home. Don't worry. Oh, and I was like, the children were like crying.
Through the window?
He saw me, yes. There's a little window at the top there. He saw me through the window, but I can't see him. The children could not see him. They only heard his voice. When he said, we should not worry, we should just go. So after leaving there, even the period of time when I was in Sokoto, they still gang beated him and they chained him and hand-chained him. So when they beat him like this, they will allow him to stay in that particular single cell and they will allow him to ease himself there. They will not even bring him out to take his bath, not to even go to the toilet, nor ease himself. So the information I got today was that they did the same thing Saturday and Sunday. In fact, the last week I had to like look for a way of sending money because they did not even give him food to eat.
Where are they keeping him?
For the past,
where are they keeping him?
He's in Sokoto.
They are keeping him in Sokoto?
The military police, yes, military police guard room in Sokoto there.
The last time we made efforts in getting him to appear in court, the military denied that chance of him appearing in court. And I have not heard from Barrister Tokwe lately. What is the relationship with the legal team reaching out to the military so far? I mean, anything to tell us?
So the last court martial they did was not even, there was nothing to write home about because even what I got from Barrister Tokwe, the first court martial, he said one thing about them there is that they see the truth plainly, but they try to twist it upside down, even in the court there. And one thing with my husband there is that he is not patient enough when he is saying it black and you are saying it's red. So there is no reliable word about the court martial. That is just the issue. Okay, fine. The last time they did court martial was on the 15th of March. Till date, they have not set any other day for court martial.
And what was the decision?
And while I was in Sokoto,
what was the decision at the last court martial, by the way?
The last court martial, they decided that they are going to adjourn the case. But before adjourning the case, yes, that should be adjourned. Okay, fine. It's going to be adjourned, but they did not fix a particular date.
That is indefinite adjournment until when they decided.
Okay.
Yes. Thank you so much, Ms. Victoria, right? I know you have a lot to tell me, okay? But I just want people to hear your voice tonight and to hear your story, especially the parts that the children haven't seen their father for over a year now. And probably the opportunity they had to see him, even though they haven't really told us his crime, other than the fact that he made that video, okay? So that alone is so heartbreaking. I don't know how you have been surviving this. You must be so very strong, and I have to admit, all right? Thank you so much. This is now out in the open, and I have friends who are asking that what can we do again to support, to help? Because we know we are dealing with people who believe that they are completely above the law, and then until Nemesis catches up with them, yeah, what can we do to help?
So honestly, what I want is, even if they said him making the video is a wrong thing, okay, fine. Why not take him to the court and do your justice? Judge him the way you want to do under the Nigerian Army law. Why keeping him, beating him every day? Then someday they will bring his corpse for me and tell me that he is dead, because a particular military police met me at the gate where I was in Sokoto, and he said, "Madam, that your husband used to fight us when we go there to beat him. But you're expecting him to just stand and watch you? That he promised me that next time my husband fights him, he is going to kill my husband." And I said, "You should be ready to bury me and my children too. If you can tell me that to my face, I will not be scared of you. You have arrested me before, you have molested me before. So what were you expecting from me?
So
if you want to kill him,
you are likely going to get,
yes,
to go there one day to meet your husband." Not
yes. He told me to my face at the gate.
I hope the whole world.
So since then, if I'm to come out of the gate,
I hope the whole world is watching, because I know the whole world is watching. There are people who are more powerful, who have what it takes to fix something like this, because it is so heartbreaking when you become so powerless in your own country that even if you run foul of any military code, you are not meant to be subjected to this. Not the family. Now, Mrs. Idapani, thank you so much once again, okay? I will let you go tonight, all right? And then I will reach out to you, okay? Please, stay safe, okay? And be safe. We will reach out to you, and good night.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much. As she was saying all those, as she was telling us that, I was just thinking about the children. I can't imagine. I just can't imagine. You know what I mean now? That is the cruel situation that many, many people are currently subjected to in Nigeria as you are watching this video. That is why nothing that these guys does really baffles us anymore, other than to encourage those who have been sort of, brave enough and courageous enough to push back. They have done terrible things to people, to families. They have destroyed homes. They have destroyed lives. They have destroyed relationships. They've destroyed things. Now they are killing, and they are not stopping, because they believe that nobody can actually make any, you can't change it. It will be changed, whether they like it or not. That's where we are, and that's where we will go at the end of the day. There's another part that I want to take us through. And this part is that we won't, I've said this before, by the way, we won't let those who are part of the problem to be in any way part of the solution. They won't be part of the solution simply because they are already benefiting from the problem, And their only solution is just, their only solution is to tell us to relax, wait. They are working on it. Wait, we are all possibly extinguished. I have a video I want to share with you, which I'm going to use for my own drink break before we continue. It is part of the rotten system that can never be defended. Yeah, it has to do with custom. Watch this.
There are laws and there are laws. There's a law of common sense. This time, things are bad. When it happened the other time, you were around when I was in charge of operations for 8 years. We avoided market rate. You remember? Because we lost a lot of officers. We avoided, and we made this law 204 as amended. Here, in this law, which you are reading, which I've just assisted you to circulate now, they said they place a building, warehouses, and so on. But we knowingly avoided marketplaces because we had entered into problem before. And we don't have enough officers to sacrifice to these people. Now, the question is, how do you differentiate between Nigerian-made rice and parboiled-made rice? Inside the same bag, how do you determine? And you should know that these people, they are more clever than you. They will go and buy rice from Katsina and Kebbi, and go and buy a bag of these empty bags from Akpongbo or where, and say made in China. Am I lying, Madam Rice? Am I lying? Made in Thailand for them to sell to we. Since you don't have the technology to determine this is from parboil, this is from Kebbi, automatically you will have seed up. You still remember warehouse code? Warehouse code is still working here. You will have seed it up. Step one. You will have sent for their lawyers and all of them to report to you at their headquarters. They will come. Then you will have gone there with them to open the warehouse or the market. But market is forbidden because of bloodshed. I personally, I have told you, I even told your colonel here, this is 2021 century customs. There's never been a custom all over the world carrying gun up and down again. This is modern custom. We want to modernize you. That is why we are voting a lot of billions of naira into custom to modernize you.
The man now will. I decided to play you that video because you'll be sitting down there like, what's he talking about? The man is from the Nigeria custom. Okay, they are those people who go into the market and they are dragging rice from people, shooting people in Ogun State with bag of rice because they are looking for imported rice. Now he's explaining it out that, okay, we've lost so many people because people to fight them. And then, that's the kind of people running a country. Custom. I have read the comments that some of you have dropped, which has to do with the Lance Corporal Martins. I couldn't bring up his video tonight. It was so late for me to bring that particular video that he got punished for. And he's still being punished for. His family abandoned, assaulted, as he told us. The children, the trauma, they have to live with it. Imagine that nobody cares because they are living in a cruel country. So if Amnesty International, I remember Amnesty International was on the case. So many platforms were on the case when it was really, really boiling. Then they even gave him a pro bono legal service. But Buratai the Butcher was the chief of staff then. So now we know that they've locked him up, or he's been locked up in Sokoto, Imagine somebody being locked up for making a video to ask military or his fellow soldiers not to kill civilians, even when they are ordered to do it. So that's why they locked him up. And he's been in detention since then. They beat him up every day. She told us there was a time that she sent me some information that I couldn't really share because I don't know if I share that then, probably they will kill him. So I won't be helping. It won't be helping, rather. Many of the stuff that she sent he sent to her own wife, and she forwarded some of them to me that I forwarded to the right people who can make use of it to help. And you heard me there when I was asking about Barrister Tokwe. Barrister Tokwe, that is the barrister who has been so helpful. Well, he's been dealing with the Nigerian military. They do their court martial once every year, and then they postpone indefinitely. Nobody can see them. Nobody can do anything. And that's exactly what they did to Omoyele Sowore too. They put him in, they call it city arrest. He cannot go anywhere. He has to be in Abuja until they decide that he can go somewhere now. And he's been in Abuja for how long now? For more than 2 years. That is the Nigeria. That is the North Korea that they are now trying to force on the rest of us, even in southern Nigeria. Southern governors are making demand. They are pleading, asking Boko Haram to stop this raging terrorist. How can somebody who brought them stop them when they are doing the job that they brought them to do? How can you expect that to be the case? And that is why none of us really believe the Yoruba governors. And I can tell you, many, if not all of our Biafran brothers don't believe in, the Igbo governors too. So all of these are telling us that even if they are acting, we are watching, we are monitoring, so that, and we are also working in our own way too, charting our own good cause to save the humanity, save the lives of those who are now trapped in that place. I love what this guy said. Don't let anybody lie to you. Don't let them sweet talk you. Don't let them make you think that you are overreacting or you are not considerate. These guys are terrorists. Their sponsors are those who are propagating and spending money. When you see this Murik guy, that weary guy that call himself a Murik, Akintola or Akinola, I don't know. That guy, this is where the propaganda money works. He presents himself as the spokesperson, yet Yala Yoruba version. He call himself Murik. They pay him. His job is to ensure to confuse you, radicalize you, to make you accept this manner of fuckery, they call it. And that is why when we see people who will never allow the sentiment of their religion to hoodwink them, in them confusing and manipulating their own people in Yoruba land. When you hear them say it, I love it. Watch this.
But nísìnyí ó lè bàjẹ́ ẹni tó bá kàn lọ́mọ o Fúlàní kan máa lé àwọn èèyàn kánú gbó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ bàjẹ́ gbogbo ìtàn sọ pé ń ba Fúlàní jẹ́ irọ́ ni o ó ti ṣẹlẹ̀ sí wa wàláhì so wọ́n.
You get that now? I know you may not understand the Yoruba. What you said there is that you see, if anybody tells you that they are just spoiling the Fulani name, if anybody tells you that everything you are hearing about the Fulani is a lie, and all of that stuff, they are lying to you, that they go into the forest and kill the people, that it's happened to them, and he can testify to it. That's what he said there. He's a cleric, he's a Yoruba man, and we have many like him in Yoruba land. They are cleric too, they are Islamic cleric. Do you understand that now? And they know that they are Yoruba first. Which means, if you come for their religion, they will know you are coming for their religion. But if you come for them simply because of who they are, they will never be deceived because you are a Muslim. Because they know that you are a terrorist. If you can come in and kill everyone simply because you want their land, and then you turn around, you shout Allahu Akbar, and you want me because I'm also a Muslim, I'm a cleric, I should help you preach it, to help you radicalize people to accept it. So when we see our fathers like that, let us embrace them, give them a hug, give them a cuddle. Yeah? If you see our father like that, if you see any cleric that come out boldly to tell us that do not be deceived by any religious what have you, Don't let anybody tell you that asking for the Fulani terrorists to go away. Do you get me now? Asking the Fulani terrorists to go away. Don't let anybody tell you that it's because you hate the North or because you hate the Muslims. Don't. And when we see clerics like that, like I said, embrace them. If you get money, give them money. Say, Afa, give them money. So that you know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about. Because they are paying a lot of money, telling all our Muslim brothers in Yoruba land that those who are against the Fulani, they are listening to the Igbos. This is an agenda that they have told me, and I have that. That's what they are telling our Yoruba mullahs, our Yoruba clerics. They are telling them that what is wrong if we have Sharia everywhere. What is wrong? Sharia is good. And that is what these people don't want. Look at them. They have churches everywhere. They have, you know what I'm talking about? So, and because some of them are kind of blind too. So when they tell you that what we are doing is to save the people, imagine Fulani telling you that your leaders are corrupt. That's what they do. The Fulanis will tell you that your leaders are corrupt. They are not holy. They don't worship God. That is why they are corrupt. So we need to help you get rid of them and help you tidy your society to a normal one, whereby you can have just leaders. That's how they captured, that's how they captured Gobir. That's how they captured all the Kanure land, all everywhere in 1804, from 1804. That's what they told them. They told them that their leaders, they were corrupt. They are drunks. They were cheats. They are not fit. And the people who despises their own leaders then, what did they do? They joined them to execute their leaders. And what happened after? They appointed emirs on them, sultan on them. Imagine Sultan of Sokoto. Some of you may find it insulting, but that's your cup of tea, okay? Sultan of Sokoto. We have to tell the Muslims in Yoruba land when to do this or what to do. Is their leader, is the spiritual leader of all Muslims in Nigeria, because he's meanwhile, you see that Sultan of Sokoto, anybody called Sultan of Sokoto, that person is Usman Danfodio. So every Sultan of Sokoto you see, that is you seeing that terrorist Usman Danfodio alive again, making direction, giving you spiritual guidance. That's what Usman Danfodio was. After killing every of the locals in the areas that they call the Sokoto Caliphate today, after killing everybody there, they imposed their own will on them. They told them their leaders are corrupt, their leaders are evil, they are this and that, they are coming to clean the land. That's the same thing they are telling all of them now in Yoruba land. All of your Obas are worshiping devil. You will see them. Cleric will go into public place in Yoruba land and he will be condemning the Yoruba culture. He will be condemning the Yoruba tradition. He will be condemning the Yoruba ways of worship. He will be saying every manner of things. Those are the ready-made available, or what you call ready-made saboteurs that the Fulani terrorists are going to give money to. Look at that Emir of Iwo, Oluwo of Iwo. Do you get that now? That guy is also a very, very good vessel that they will pay a lot of money to and use his position to condemn his own people, condemn himself, condemn his culture, condemn everything for that Sharia they promised him. Because they promised him comfort, they promised him money, they promised him a lot of influence. It will be fine as long as he let them have what they want. And I hope the Iwo people all over the world, they say Iwo people are different. And they love Oluwo, the Emir of Iwo. That's your cup of tea, that's your problem. The real Yoruba sons and daughters from Iwo, who can reason well, who don't belong to Alabi's court, those who are going to open the gate. You know, in Yoruba land, they say, ti ile kan ba n toro, ti ilu ba n toro, àwọn ọmọ àlè ibẹ̀ ni wọ́n ti dàgbà. If you have an homestead, a house, or an home, or a community that is very peaceful, orderly, coordinated, maybe the bastards in that community are still in their infants. You know what I mean? They are still infants. So that's what that simply means in Yoruba land. We have the Yoruba Omoales who have found themselves in position of authority. We have a Yoruba Omoales who have found themselves in position of traditional stools across Yoruba land. Some of them will be fished out in due course. And the collaboration they've had with enemies to open our different communities to these terrorists, they will be rounded up and they will answer for all of their crimes when that time comes. Don't take this as if it's just a mere talk. That moment is upon us. The moment whereby those they are paying, those they are promising, those they are giving different assurances, that as long as they can help them to keep Yorubas in bondage of this one Nigeria, including Obasanjo and many, many of them, yeah. When that time comes, the Yoruba people, in the largest ever seen army, the army of the people, they will hold Obasanjo, hold everybody that come here. You have a question to answer. That will be after we are done with the terrorists they have enabled down to Yoruba land because of their association with Nigeria. Hold this, and if you know this, you will know peace. I have to say it. We know what they are up to. We know their limitation. And we know the moment they get to Abuja, all these paparazzi, all those pictures and everything, those of them, they said they were wearing wire to the meeting. To hell with all of them. Now that the Fulani terrorists are speaking up, we are waiting for the presidency to speak up, to tell us that, number one, there will not be anything called national conference. Forget it. It's not going to happen. Because in that national conference, people will demand for referendum, change of that constitution. Are you saying that the military cabal that put together the decree that is something that brought about the 1999 constitution, military decree called constitution, are you saying that they are going to let us do it? Negotiation won't work. Yes, they've proposed it. The North will reject it. And if you should ever see them say, oh yeah, okay, oh yeah, let's do national conference, now lie. It is to buy time. We are not interested in national conference. We are not interested in any constitutional change that they are promoting. We are not interested in anything called, what is it again? 2023. What we are interested in is just one single conversation of when are we going to break away from Nigeria and how are we going to break apart everything that they claim to have linked us together. Let everybody go back and develop their region. The governors are asking, pleading. They were supposed to be governors in a federating unit. They should have the autonomy that gives them the control to be able to do what is right for their own people without having to wait for the authorization of anybody in Abuja. But they have to play to the gallery. They have to pretend that they are asking. Now they are asking the government of Nigeria to allow other places to open ports. The same Nigeria government under Buhari that spent billions and billions of your money in opening a dry port. They call it dry port in Kaduna. What was that? Everybody still have to go to Lagos. Put all your put all your trucks, your containers on the train, or put them on the truck and ship them to Kaduna, where people resume there every day. They are working in a dry port, federal dry port, something dry port in Kaduna. Yet they keep making mouth about all those areas where indeed they said they were dredging River Niger. They've been dredging River Niger now, probably before I was born. They've been dredging River Niger, but to this day, there's never been a single ship that left any foreign sea and arrived in Onitsha, arrive at Niger Bridge, open a seaport there, create new jobs, hundreds of thousands of jobs that will eventually ease up the economic strangulation of Eastern Nigeria, ease up the pressure in Lagos, make life more meaningful, let people live longer. These are common sense things that they will never do because they want to own the world. They want to be the one to appoint somebody who is going to be collecting tax and royalties in the Apapa Wharf. If you therefore try to work on any other thing again, you will lose your political patronage. This is what it is. But the governors are asking that Buhari should consider. They are asking, they are begging, but they will never hear anything from Buhari. and they will never hear anything from the what do you call it? The Sokoto terrorist, the Sokoto oligarch. You know what I'm talking about? So we're not going to wait for them. That's the bottom line. We're not going to wait for them. We're not going to wait and cry on the governors of the southern Nigeria. Nobody is actually waiting for them, by the way. At least nobody is waiting for them except for those they are giving their crumbs to. In the eastern Nigeria, ESN was launched last year, late last year, and their own exploit, the actions of the ESN, the reactions of the Fulani terrorists, their elite and the rest of them, the reactions have been great. You know why? Because ESN, Eastern Security Network of the IPOB, they have just one single job, just one job, to stay in the forest and send out all the invading terrorists who have settled down and built different huts and all of that in different parts of Eastern Nigeria, Biafra land. Get rid of them. They had no legal right, not even under the Nigeria law, to just walk into anywhere and just settle down. It doesn't work that way. A Yoruba man will not walk to Sokoto. A Yoruba man or a Igbo man will not walk into Zamfara and just walk into a land with his family and just cut out hectares of land for himself. 10s, 20s, 30 hectares of land, large expanse of land for himself, and say because he is an Igbo man, he has the right to stay there because his fathers, his forefathers, they won the land for him and the God has given him the land. They will behead him the following morning. If he lasts that long, they will cut his head off and they will display his head on Zamfara TV to tell the whole world that they caught a terrorist who came and settled in a forest in Zamfara, and he's an Igbo man. You know what I'm talking about? So what then makes it legal for a Fulani terrorist from God knows where he's coming from? He has no business relationship with anybody in his community. Anyone there, the only business they have with that community is terrorism, kidnapping. They used to have the business of selling us their cows, their ads and all of that, but they've gone beyond that now. A cow in Nigeria will cost about 300,000 naira. But when they kidnap somebody in Nigeria, when they kidnap anybody in Yoruba land, they collect 10 million naira, they collect 50 million naira, 20 million naira. So how can you compare that to selling cow? So if anybody is telling you that the reason why Fulani is in your forest is simply because he wants to sell cows, they are no longer selling cows anymore. It's no longer about cows. Do you get what I mean now? They are making a lot of money from kidnapping, and southern Nigeria is the fertile land where they can do that now. They've destroyed the entire northern Nigeria. People they've stolen from, destroyed and killed, they are now paying taxes to these terrorists as we speak. Now, southern Nigeria is where all of you still love lives. You don't want to die. You want your family to sell wherever they can sell and free you. And you want your whole church, you want every community to pray for you, for your return. You don't want to die. You will pay whatever you have to pay. People are already paying. We have the victims who have, who have their testimonies on record. But yet, the Yoruba governors, the Igbo governors, the Middle Belt governors, so to say, all these people are begging Boko Haram to come and save them, or possibly call a national conversation that will never happen. If a national conversation happens, right, number one, Yorubas will demand that no dime from Yoruba land should ever go to any federal government anymore, and we will mean it. Do you understand that? And that simply means the feeding bottle of the northern Nigeria from the Yoruba people has been cut off. And I expect, I know our people from the Niger Delta will do the same thing. They will tell you that every penny that comes from the Niger Delta region no longer goes to anywhere. That will be a new country, won't it? Trust our Biafran brothers. To hell with your second Niger bridge to nowhere, right? To hell with all the promises of giving them the seaport. Oh, we are going to give you seaport, as if to say you have, if a country is working, they needed your permission, they needed your clearance, they needed your authorization before they can dredge their own river. You call River Niger, dredge it, build a massive port there, and they don't have to have any business to do with Lagos, except for those who have business in Lagos. Majority of those you see traveling down to that Lagos state every day, Those who are paying all those tolls, paying for different, what have you in Lagos State to go and clear their own to go and clear their own goods in Lagos Apapa Wharf, or ended up having to sleep in that your Lagos State. Many of them have no business in Lagos State. If Nigeria was a working country, do you know that? They have no business in coming to Lagos State at all. That is why you will see a Lagos Abobaku, educated illiterates, asking Igbos to go back to their country, go back to East, go and develop Aba, go and develop Onitsha. Because as you know, he doesn't understand what development truly means. He understands a rent-seeking society whereby the pickpocket, the scroungers are the dictator and the policymakers. He doesn't understand. Go back and develop the East. Go back to your place. Leave Lagos State for us. Divide Nigeria. You will never see many of them again in Lagos State, ever. Because they don't even have any business in Lagos State in the first place. But if you are educated enough, you won't ask them to leave. You will ask Nigeria to break up that country. So that, you see, they can receive everything. You know one thing about them, you will be surprised. They won't even be importing. We will end up being the ones going there to import back to Yoruba land with the crop of criminals we have now. These guys are the Japan of Nigeria, you know it. They will develop everything by themselves. In a short period of time, they will develop beyond your imagination. Yes, and they will have nothing to do with Yoruba land. Like, come to Lagos or anything. They will have nothing, absolute nothing to do with Yoruba land or Apapa Wharf. And us too, we have our own, we will be doing our own yotomi, our own faji. Apapa Wharf, every penny there, every transaction that goes through all our seaports, including other seaports that we are also going to open up in Yoruba land, that means more jobs, more job opportunities, better economy, control your own resources. 5.4 trillion naira is what they make from that Lagos State port alone in a year. It's shocking, Abi. It's more than that. That's what they declared. But imagine that amount of money that will be going to the Eastern Nigeria, changing lives there. But yes, if they have their country, they will not come to Lagos. They have access to the Atlantic Ocean too, do you know? Because they keep telling you their land is landlocked, their land is landlocked. Land is landlocked, and you are building second Niger bridge on what is called the longest bridge, possibly in Africa, Niger River, Abi? Or River Niger, they call it. Now, do you know that same Niger bridge they are building that connects us from the west to them in the east, that bridge, the river there, all it requires is dredging. Build this world-class seaport, and guess what? Some of you, you will be, instead of trading with China, you will be trading with them at their seaports. Trade with them at their different airports. As we speak today, there is no single international airport in the entire Eastern Nigeria, in the entire Niger Delta region. But they have an airport that says international airport. Everybody will still have to go to Abuja. Everybody will still have to go to Lagos. Do you not know that it's policy that made that happen? Is it that plane can't fly to Abia? Is it that plane can't fly to Enugu directly from London, from Washington, from everywhere, all over the world, from China? Did they tell you that it's not possible? It is policy. And that is what kept Nigeria poor. Break it up. Free up the whole place. And people will then have access to their own real opportunity, potentials that can build country. People build country, not all these old haggard criminals, these freeloaders. You don't beg for something that rightly belongs to you. Imagine us begging them that we want to discuss how we want to be led, how we want Yoruba land to be. We want to beg them. That's what the governors are doing, and we're not going to beg them. We're going to raise an army. We will raise an army of educated, enlightened, young Southern army. This army are not just the army that are going to walk about with guns. No. They have something more little than, more kind of little than a gun. And that is the intelligence, the understanding of what they are, the cause they are pursuing. And that cause is the cause of freedom. BB King, thank you for your super sticker. Once we have an army of educated young people, which we are growing and building every day, and we are not in a hurry, because so far so good, we have done so greatly, so well. Did you get that now? We will raise the army. We will fund the army. These are the army of enlightened young and old that will go out there and tell others that once we form this, a bond, even in southern Nigeria, don't let anybody underestimate you. There is something going on. You can be part of that history. You are not too old to be part of that history. You are not too young to be part of that history. All you need is your mind. Are you ready to be part of that history? Because we will raise the army locally and internationally that will mount that pressure and save the rest of us before they kill us. We won't wait for the governors. But we are happy that they are now kind of talking. The die is cast. The members of, and I told you, I said, listen, I'm a practical person. I believe that even if the whole thing, Africa and scatter, and we ended up having to fight a war, at the end of the day, the whole thing is still going to end up on the negotiation table. The negotiation table where those of us that will survive the war will now say, okay, what thing we will do now? Break it up, say. Oduduwa Republic not going back. Biafra Republic not going back. Or we will continue. Everything will still end up on the negotiation table. Because everything is political. Bringing Nigeria to what it is today was an idea, a business idea, but it was political too. It was about power, control. And to dismantle Nigeria will require the same thing, political solution. Remember, even if it leads to war, than what it is now, it will still end up on the negotiation table and we will be demanding for the same thing. We are no longer part of Nigeria and we don't want to be part of Nigeria anymore. It is a legal demand. The best thing is to put it into referendum. Let people decide. This is not about Lagbaja or Tamedu. This is not about this or that. The only way to avoid or prevent any form of violence to escalating or any form of any form of violence escalation, you have to start the negotiation now. When the negotiation started before the 1967 program, genocide in the eastern Nigeria, there was an arrangement, a meeting held in Aburi, in Ghana. At that meeting, the negotiation was pretty much on how to avoid going into war, how to avoid going into, killing ourselves, because this is simply about we want to be in charge of our destiny. We want to be on our own. We want to be this or that. And they agreed. Gowon returned to Nigeria. The civil service who were there, they told him the content of the agreement, Aburi Accord. What did they tell him? They told him that, did you actually agree to this? He said he agreed to it for peace. In that agreement, the Biafrans were supposed to go back. They were supposed to be the first to go back to regionalism. And that was what? They should go back to pre-1960. That was 7 years after independence. So it could have resolved the whole malady, the whole killings that we are witnessing today. Ojukwu was going to be the leader of that region. And they are going to be in charge of their own affairs. And in any relationship they are going to have with Nigeria, it will be on the terms of mutual agreement. Nothing like forceful order. They will not take order from Gowon. Gowon returned to Nigeria. The civil servant told him that you have simply shared your power. You just came to power and now you agree to this. That means Ojukwu is not under you. That means the part of Nigeria has already succeeded, that they've already succeeded. Gowon rescinded his agreement. He reneged. And then 5 million people were killed in Biafra land just to prove that they have to remain part of Nigeria for that single gentleman agreement that got destroyed based on power and ego. 5 million people died. Those who survived, they were subjected to tribal profiling. This is a fact. I'm a Yoruba man. Somebody said, some of these lapdogs, right? This Buhari idiot. He said, how much is Nnamdi Kanu giving you? How much are the Biafrans paying you and all of that? Simply because of acknowledging the injustice that they've told you to completely ignore or wash down. This happened. They happened. So they were subjected to racial, so they were subjected to tribal ethnic profiling to the point that those who survived, their properties were confiscated. And they were told that everything, whatever you have in the bank before the war, before the genocide, if you are an Igbo man, everything you had in the bank, your properties and everything, they will only give you 20 pounds. A policy that was so bad. That policy was actually, according to them, they said some other people got their properties back. Yes, some got their properties back. But in the large scale, majority never got their properties back. And that is an injustice in history that was expunged from your history. So many people who are today, well, I hold it there. However, gentleman agreement. So now we are now at that precipice again. At that precipice again. Precipice of where should we talk now or drag it out first? Unfortunately, there has never been any country that survived 2 civil wars. So this is why I'm saying this to you, that they have started a civil war in eastern Nigeria right now. They have started the genocide, house-to-house picking and kidnapping. They are killing young people in, in Obigbo, in River State. Where the wicked continue to declare curfew whenever he's ready to send in his killer men, the terrorist Nigerian army, to go and kill and pick up people simply because they are Biafrans, right? If they are not doing that, in Imo State, the Supreme Court Opus Odinjo, is busy as well, executing and killing his own people. His own people. To what? To stop, to start what we call the state-sponsored genocide, state-sponsored mass killings. It's ongoing right now if you're watching this video in these places. So the civil war they are looking for, the mass killing and destruction of eastern Nigeria they have been plotting, they are now being, given that advantage or given that welcome party by the eastern governors. They will soon start with us in Yoruba land. But they can't, the difference here is this, right? In 1967, they were able to convince so many people that they were fighting to keep Nigeria one. Now, if they should start their war as they have started in the eastern Nigeria now, if they should start that same war in Yoruba land, who are they going to convince that they are trying to kill all of us for? To protect one Nigeria? When they start dropping bombs in Yoruba land, we'll see that. I love the fact that many people believe that we have to take it to them too. They are already sort of afflicted. Your leadership in northern Nigeria is like an affliction that they said should never happen twice. You forced your affliction on the rest of us. You want us to accept terrorism as a way of life. You want us to accept your Sharia as a way of life. You want us to be coward and silenced on our own land simply because we are part of Nigeria. You told us that we can't defend ourselves except you give us that authority or authorization. Hello, we are about to shock you. We will raise the army. We will fund the army of liberators, free thinkers. I'm talking about those that will bring about the Oduduwa Republic. This crusade is very powerful. It may not really have worked much on you yet. Just give me time. The more you watch Maiyegun, the more you are likely going to get your own healing, and you will become one of those armies. Because I have become one. We are many. So we have just about half an hour. I'm going to open the line for those of you who might want to make a contribution tonight. So the line is opened. It's a WhatsApp call only. I told you, my friends, Pa Akintoye, Professor Banji Akintoye will be on Maiyegun's diary on Sunday. You don't want to miss that, do you? Hello.
Hello.
Hello, ma.
Hello. Good evening.
Good evening, ma. Can you turn down the volume of the broadcast? It's like I could hear myself there.
Yes.
Thank you, ma.
Yes, exactly. That's what I'm doing now. Thank you. It's me, Jennifer from Madrid.
Jennifer from Madrid, you are my first caller. Please, you are live.
Yeah. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you.
I thank you for all you've been doing, and God will continue to strengthen you. Please, one thing I just want to beg you for. They said Jesus started with prayer and ended with prayer. Anytime you want to start with the national item. We will love that. And when you are ending it, you end it with the national item. With those of them, the Biafra, the Oduduwa, and the other people, we love that. To me, I've given you double thumbs up.
Thank you.
I love you. Continue, and God will continue to guide you.
Amen.
Take care of yourself.
I will, and you too.
Bye-bye.
Thank you so much, Jennifer. You have a good one, man.
Thank you.
Thank you, yeah.
Thank you.
That's a good one. I love that. And we love those who love us, right? Because we are people of love. Hello.
Yeah, hello.
Hello there.
Hello, man.
Sir.
Yeah, hello, man. Thank you very much for what you're doing.
Thank you very much.
My name is James. I'm coming from London. I've been watching you for a while. Just
Thanks,
came in
man.
and I just saw it.
Thank you.
Yeah,
you're live
I just
now.
want to say, yeah. Yeah, I know I'm live. I'm just telling you. What I'm going to tell you is, yeah,
yes, sir.
Whatever you're posting now on social media about what these guys are saying, they've been saying it before without social media.
That's right.
And that is why sometimes people think that they just come out and say, like the one saying that the southern governors do not come and seek permission from the Fulani people before they came and had their meeting. They've been telling them this thing before, even when NTA was controlling the media. The only unfortunate thing they have now is we have social media.
That's right.
So people can see a different side to it. And that's why when they say it, they don't even mince words. Because they've said it years and years, for over 50 years. They're so used to saying it and getting away with it. So now it's becoming like, okay, what is so big deal about it? I'll say it again. Because my dad said it, my forefather said it. And what is so blinding and surprising is that people don't know how bad it is. We outside Nigeria are making everything possible to make people down there to realize. And the time they're going to realize, the mass action is going to be so bad. Because what people understand is, like you say, you're building an army. The day that army wakes up from their slumber, all the 50, 60 years of marginalization, anger will just boil into one. And then people will be surprised, say, these people are acting like barbaric. No, it's the built up anger of the life, the seeds, everything coming into somebody, blood rush to the head. And that is what's going to happen. And people are just going to be surprised.
Thank you so
anyway,
much.
Just thank you very much.
Thank you very much. I love that. Yeah. You too. You have a good one, okay? Let's take another one. Hello. Hello there. Oh, sorry. Can you hear me now, sir?
Yeah.
Great. Your name, sir?
Lolade.
Lolade. You are live, sir.
Yeah. Okay. Good evening.
Good evening. Can you turn down the volume of that broadcast so that at least we won't be hearing ourselves like twice on the phone? Do you mind? Please.
Okay. I've done that.
Thank you. Now, you can go on, please.
Yeah, what I want to say is regarding this, I'm calling from Paris.
Lovely.
Okay, as regard this Southern Governors meeting, all what they are saying, I doubt if this Bukhari will even listen to them. But what I expect them to do is to come out in force, like what they did, like the governor of Zino Katsina that was saying the Fulanis have right to carry arms to protect themselves. Yeah, and we see what they are doing. About it. And we could see what this guy came out as a governor as a first citizen of the state, now telling the Fulanis to go ahead with guns around. While I was in Nigeria, while I was small, I grew up seeing Fulani with sticks. I've never seen any Fulani with a gun. But the last time I was home with my daughter, and she said, Daddy, come. There are cows. And I went outside. I was surprised. What cows be doing in a neighborhood like this? So when I got there, I saw the guy who was carrying AK-47. I was so scared. I had to run inside and close the door because I don't know if I say no, stop that. The guy might shoot. So they are so daft, they don't know anything. So what I expect the governors of the southern states is to let them know that, okay, if a governor in the north can say the Fulanis has right to carry guns, then we will now enforce our own people down now. Okay, everybody go and buy the local guns face to face. When violence against violence, you see these people who come out to the round table and say, okay, let us stop this now. But when you people are doing as if you are cowards, there's no way we can fight these people. The Buhari, we know this man has dementia. He doesn't even recognize even the wife. Is that the sign of somebody that we have as a president? Even the vice president who calls himself a pastor. I'm so sorry. I'm not that too religious. But for me, as a pastor, if he knows he's a true pastor, he should have thrown him a towel. Because he's just there like a statue. He doesn't talk, he doesn't do anything. When he's there, he's like, he don't have anybody. So he needs to leave the place. Let them know. Like the Chief Tinubu we know. This guy has the whole of Lagos in his pocket. Up to the Osun, up to Ogun State, except Odo, that he was unable to conquer. And these people are now saying they want to follow Tinubu. It's like we are just messing up. Even by the time we get this Oduduwa Republic, somebody like Tinubu will always be a traitor. So we shouldn't count on these people. What we are saying is, let us let them know the points we are all after is Yoruba nation. And for us to have Yoruba nation, we have to speak in one voice. Let us address those people we know they are traitors amongst us. Let them know that, okay, you are being marked. Whenever you say any rubbish, you'll be targeted. If you want to join us, join us. If you don't want to join us, don't say anything. Just keep your mouth shut. But there's no way we can move forward. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
So
sir.
I really appreciate your job. I really appreciate it. I've never missed any of your program. Always making time to listen to you. And God will continue to assist you.
Yeah, man.
Okay.
Thank you so much,
very much.
I appreciate that. Yeah. You have a good one. I have another caller. Hello. Hello, sir. BB King.
Good evening, my brother.
One sec, please. I want to quickly acknowledge something just before I bring you on. Okay, just a minute, all right? BB King, I'm going to read your super chat there before I miss that. Maiyegun, you are just an honest person. That's why your sense of analytical is second to none. Thank you. Right? So keep it up. The sky is the limit. Hello there.
Hello, Maiyegun.
Hello, sir. Your name?
You see, my name is Yemi.
Yemi.
And I'm calling from UK.
You are calling from the UK. Okay. You are live, sir. Go on.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
You see, number one, let's look at it from this angle. You see, the refusal of the federal government to abort open grazing pointed to many directions. And one of those directions raises a question for the northern politicians, whatever they call themselves. Right. What would they do with the Almanjeri they created? So they wanted us to share in this story by sending them down and merging them with foreign terrorists, as they call them, right? And they have given, these people are armed up. They have instructed them, take whatever land, possess any possession, where you cannot possess, destroy it. Now, but the problem is, this our southern governors, which came up with the communique. This communique, well, it is a welcome idea, as you mentioned earlier, afternoon, that, okay, well, this communique, it means that they know that we know that they know that we are watching them and we know what they are doing.
That's right.
They want to do with us. We are watching, we know them. And now, but Yes, the problem is these terrorists are no more in the bushes. They are no more in the forest. All the harms are in, they are in cities. They are everywhere in our neighborhood. So the bushes and forest is a bit of distraction. You see, so the problem remains: who are we asking? Who are we demanding our sovereign from? Is it from the foreign people or whoever? We don't know. We don't need to demand. We need to move. They don't have monopoly of violence. They are not the only shooters or cutlasses or whatever the thing they are using to destroy our people and our land. I think we are going to take it to them. We will take it to them. And many of us will be on one-way ticket. I'm telling you this.
Thank you so much, Yemi. Let me take another call too. Okay. It's a brilliant submission there. That's a good one. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yes, we'll take it to them. We should all agree that we might have been pushing back a bit for a while, or holding on for too long, but it won't be for much longer. I can tell you. Hello.
Maiyegun.
Yes, sir.
How's it going, my guy?
Sorry, your name.
Yeah, Maiyegun. Thanks for all you have been doing. You've really tried.
Thank you.
More grease to your elbow.
Thank you.
Yeah, my contribution is few, and I will start with Abu Salam.
You haven't told me your name.
My name is Tunji. I'm calling from Plumstead.
Tunji, how are you doing tonight, sir?
I'm great. I'm grateful to God.
Lovely. Now you
trust you are too.
Thank you so much. So
okay. First, I would say, Abdul Salam. We always think the Hausa does not understand politics, but I am telling you, from the way things are going, if you study them very well, you will realize they are better politicians than we, the Southerners. Because what happened is with the Constitution, I think Abdul Salam was behind the Constitution then.
He was.
And now they realize the Constitution has expired. Now their game plan is what FFK have mentioned like 5 or 6 years ago when he was with APC. He was telling us then that they are trying to caliphate to make Nigeria look like Turkey, because Turkey used to be a Christian nation before. Now, if you look at Turkey now, it's a Muslim nation. When FFK was saying this, people were saying, "Oh, it's because they don't like him that he was angry and he was saying all these things and all that." But if you look what is really playing out today, FFK was right then. But even though FFK has his own baggage, but if you look at him now, he's really on our side. Tinubu have the opportunity now, as the way things are going now. If he comes back to us now and say, "Oh, okay, let's do it this way," we will forgive him. And be honest with you.
Exactly, because all that matters right now is Oduduwa Republic, and we know the type of Oduduwa Republic we want, and whoever can help us make that happen without our people being killed is welcome.
Yes. So he's really playing to the, he doesn't know what's going to happen. He doesn't know if they're going to pick him up or anything. But because, he doesn't know where to put his leg or where to face, if he's going to go forward or he's going to backslide. But, that aside, there is another program a couple of days ago, because they were doing this program, talking about what Osha said and all that. I called the program, and what this guy did was like, he picked up my phone, my number, and, he showed it to everybody. And a lot of people were calling me. They were calling me and insulting me, and I said, "Oh, okay. Now, when you people are done with me, I will start my own." I don't know if you know the guy, maybe Soji or one stupid guy, one trailer driver in sort of Essex, somewhere around that area, They were all insulting me. But you see, I'm going to praise you for what you have been doing, and we have to continue, no matter what it is, no matter what it takes, we must not give up. We will get there at the end of the day.
I do. Thank you so much, sir. Yeah. Let me take another call again, okay? And continue watching. Thank you.
Okay, bye-bye.
That's a good one. Yeah, I have another caller. I'm checking my time. Sorry, guys. Okay, hello.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening, sir. Your name?
Thank you. Thank you for picking my name. My name is James Echunsa. I'm from Edo State, but I live in Sweden.
James from Australia, sir. You are live. And thank you for calling me.
I live in Sweden, but I'm from Edo State.
You are from
Edo State? Me?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for your program. And I just want to say I just have a little contribution.
Please.
So what I'm really going to tell you is that we should try our best as much as possible to support our governors with the step they are taking. Okay. Not that they have not been seeing the problem that we have been having on ground. Even the traditional leaders and all of them, they are aware that there is a real challenge on ground. But the real problem is that if you watch everything carefully, for years, the Fulani have been working towards this agenda for a very long time. You understand me? So they thought they can just achieve it easily with Buhari. So, but it's very unfortunate for them. They have break the back of the camel. And we in the South, what we need is unity. And unity, even if somebody want to have the Yoruba want to have Ododuwa Republic, the Edo want to have their Midwest Republic, the Middle Belt want to have their Middle Belt Republic, or Niger Delta Republic, or Biafra Republic. All we need to do is to unite and come to a table where we have to talk to ourselves, and that will be the best thing. So we should use this media to try our best as much as possible to support these guys, that the move that they have moved. We really appreciated it. Yeah. And so that we all can work together, because the first strategy of the Fulani was to divide us.
That's right.
And if you look at it very well, most of the states they created for us is a keg of gunpowder, because most of people are not satisfied with their territories. Some people are not happy with the manner at which they draw those lines, because the indigenous people were not even consulted. And as the population is growing, the tendency for what I would say territorial
rivalry and clashes will always come up.
Competition, of space and everything will always come out. And that is what they were trying to use at the last game, so that we will turn against ourselves over just for nothing. You understand? Because at this current situation, if we don't discuss issue and we want to declare republic with all this line, I just tell you, there will be very big crisis. And this is why there will be very deadly one. Those who are not talking about it, they don't even understand what happened in the Southern Sudan. You understand me? These are guys who united to liberate themselves, only for them to turn against themselves. But I strongly believe if our leaders are united and there are chance for we to respect ourselves and understand that these guys, they have been using us for a very long time. They have used our leader, they have deceived our people. While we were thinking of development and coexistence, they were thinking of marginalization. It was two different ideologies.
That's right.
You understand?
Thank you so much.
So that is what.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you, my brother. Thank you. Good night.
Welcome. Yeah, you have a good evening, okay?
Thanks. Bye.
I have another caller. Hello.
Thank you very much. Thank you, my brother. Thank you.
Hello, sir. Can you hear me?
Oh, yeah. Hi, man.
I've picked the call. Can you hear me?
Yes. Hi. Yes. Thank you very much for taking this call.
You're so welcome. Your name, sir?
Yeah. My name is Akasi, and I'm based in Atlanta.
Akasi.
And I was just calling Yes. Most people just call me Akas. Or Kasman.
I'll call you Akas then. All right. So I want to be like other people.
Okay.
So you're alive now.
Okay. Okay, yeah. I just wanted to know why the Fulani just feel they have a monopoly of killing, of just being very ruthless to the other tribes. Now the Southern governors have come together to kind of prefer a solution to ensure people do not disintegrate. I just read somewhere where Mieti Allah is saying the Southern governors have no balls. Like, what gives them that impetus?
To talk? That's what they said. They said they are comedians.
Yes. Calling a whole 17 or 15 governors comedians, that is really insulting to the South. And I hope their godfather Buhari, or Garba Shehu can kind of get those guys together, because this is really going to be the defining or deciding moment for Nigeria. the little thread keeping us together. If they cannot obey the southern governors, I think it's going to really go the distance, and the south.
If you don't listen to the southerners, everything is going to go south. Trust me.
Yes, if they don't listen this time, because the southerners are trying their best to patch the country, but if you're really putting them below, like hitting them below the belt and going against their wishes, then we can all know the true enemy is, Miyetti Allah and the Fulani elites. Yeah, but I just hope everything works out. Me preferably, I know everybody's talking about Biafra nation or Duduwa nation. I really like to see a united South, whether we break from Nigeria or not. Because I believe the South, we all kind of think alike. We kind of have the same mindset, and we can foster and grow as a people together. But that's just my own take. Yeah.
Thank you so much for that. I love that. Thank you very much for calling. Okay, I'll take another call.
All right, take care.
Yeah,
all right, bye.
Hello. Hello. Can you hear me?
I can hear you, my brother. Good evening.
Good evening, sir. Your name?
TJ from Boston.
TJ from Boston again. Okay, you are live.
Yeah. Yes. Yes. I've been following your program, and you're really doing a great job. Now it's obvious these people have declared war impliedly, by insulting the governors coming together to protect their people. I even heard one Usman saying they put the Miyetti Allah into consideration, blah, blah, blah. So the attitude now, they can't even hide it no more. They're showing us that, okay, we own this country. You can't do without us. That's what is going on right now. Obviously. Only a fool would think that country is united. These people have been taking the whole country for a ride. Now, they don't have monopoly of violence, like everybody have been saying. And I've been telling everybody, but violence destroys so many things. We have people back home now. We have investment back home. If we push violence, everything will destroy and we'll start building all over again. Now, there are diplomatic and smart way of doing this thing. If only Odua Republic and IPOP can have a World Congress like alliance thing, come together on, make it a worldwide event, like a party, or make it even in Nigeria. Make that declaration. We are going. We want this referendum. The US will be involved. They can involve celebrities. Call it a social integration day. They will have no choice because millions are saying they want to go, and you are trying to force them to be in a country. It will end like South Sudan and Northern Sudan. Nigeria will split eventually. There's no, it will Yeah, because that's the best way I think we can do. If they can form a global alliance, high pitch, use celebrity to high pitch, they are going to declare a day whereby everybody will call for independence. Make it a global thing. That way, the whole world will now see that. Okay, what do you Fulani want now? Exactly. What do you want? Did they say they don't want you guys, and you are trying to Islamize people, force them in a secular country, running a Sharia and not getting taxes,
and they don't want to talk about it. That's the saddest part.
Exactly.
Like you can't talk about it. If you talk about it, you are the enemy. You want to bring war.
Exactly.
What the
they
hell
are cheating people. When people now speak against that cheating, they get angry. What kind of mentality is that in this age of information where people can see all these anomalies clear like day? We can see that you are maltreating people, you are killing people, you are defending the terrorists, going after people agitating for their safety. Now, the Yoruba nation, let's have an MOU. There won't be any Oba, because Oba that cannot save you now. Will not save you in the Yoruba nation. When we are in the Yoruba nation, anybody that commits any corruption, maybe we should put that. So that way.
That's why we want to sit down and decide the type of country we want to have. Yes. Sit down, decide.
Exactly. We should not teach corruption like kid gloves, so that the likes of people will not rise in the Yoruba nation.
They won't. Thank you so much.
Never rise. Thank you, my brother.
You are very welcome, sir. You have a good evening, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
I have another caller. Hello.
Hello.
Hello, sir.
Hello. How are you?
I am very well. How are you?
I'm okay. Ade from London.
Ade from London, sir. You are live.
From London. Nah, yeah, it's fortunate for me to be listening to people that believe in Southerners governor. But for me, I don't believe in them. The reason is very simple. It's like you want to remove your hand in a cookie jar. They will not allow you. They will try to play you around. You know the way they are playing us. So that is the way I see it. I see it as a play. I see it as a play. For me, if something meaningful want to happen, first of all, you have to dissolve or abolish that 1999 constitution that constitutes that National Assembly. As long as that national constitution is there, I beg, nothing can happen in Nigeria. Nothing can happen in Nigeria. All this is like they're just playing us. And don't forget, these people, they know how to play us. So for me, it's very simple. We don't need all this grammar, be deceiving ourselves. If something meaningful wants to be happen, number one, you have to abolish that 1999 and call people. Let us sit down and talk. It's all to do that two things. If that two things cannot happen, we should forget all this. To me, it's like, and another thing I want to add before I go. Yeah. Another thing I want to add. You see all this Fulani, all this Northern, you have first class information. These people, you have first class information. If they are telling you that this Southern government, they are doing this, just keep them. They have first class information. That's what I will say. All these people that talk. It's like we don't need to waste our time. Just do two things. If that two things happen, we know whether we want to be together or we want to go. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
You are very welcome.
Bye.
So I'm going to take a last call. This will be my last caller. I'm sorry if I haven't taken yours, okay? Hello. Hello.
Maiyegun.
Sir.
How are you?
I'm very well. How are you?
Well, let me tell you something. I am elated that I can talk to you, man.
I'm so happy to hear from you. You are my last caller tonight. Your name?
Well, my name is.
You need to listen to the phone. Don't listen to the video, right? That is delayed. You need to listen to the phone, okay?
Oh. Oh, okay. Let me turn my.
Please,
Let me turn my.
Yeah, it is delayed for like about 4-5 seconds.
Oh, okay. Let me give my own perspective about things that's going on.
I didn't grab your name earlier, sir. Your name?
Emmanuel Banjoko. I'm calling you from Latonia, Georgia. I'm like 20 minutes away from Atlanta.
Fantastic. It's a pleasure, sir. You're live.
Yeah. Now let me share some views with you, okay? Because my views is totally different from a lot of my people.
Okay.
You know, a lot of our people, they just talk. They have no vision, no direction. You know, everybody is screaming Yoruba Nation, Yoruba Nation. I am for Yoruba Nation. Okay?
Yes, sir.
But like you said earlier, what type of Yoruba Nation do we want? Now, everybody is talking, but nobody is leading. We have so many leaders. We have those who want one Nigeria. We have those who want Yoruba Nation. We have those who want restructuring, and then you have those who want other things. We even have Yoruba people within the Yoruba Nation now. We haven't even got a Yoruba Nation yet, but they're talking about Yoruba conservative and Yoruba liberals. There is so much division. This is my take. Those people who do not believe in Yoruba Nation should come along, like Tinubu, these southern governors that want restructuring. My thing is this: they have got to go. We have got to clean the house. Okay, we have got to clean the house. Look, you see, we cannot deal with the Fulani without dealing first with those people. You see what I'm saying? You know, 80 when 80 got independence, right?
Mm-hmm.
In order to free themselves from the white slave owners, they have to deal with what they call the coons among them. You know what they call the coons, right? Those are the ones
the house niggers.
Those who are against their freedom. They decided they have to kill all of them first before they can deal with the invaders. You cannot have a nation that is divided. You see, you have Tinubu who wants to be president of Nigeria. Tinubu got to go. The vice president got to go. You see what I'm saying?
I'm with you.
This southern governors calling for restructuring got to go. You see what I'm saying? Somebody said to me that, that is too militant. No. When you want a nation, you have to have vision, you have to have direction, and you have to have structure, you have to have defense. This Mayetti Allah that stop talking about, the southern governors have to get them involved. Who are they? We don't have to tell them, we don't have to ask them that we're leaving. Give me 500,000 Nigerian boys in the army. We will go into the north and clean the house. We have to be very stubborn about what we do, how we deal with them. This has been going on for so long. Have you ever seen a Yoruba going to the north and invade the north? No. They keep coming to the south because we are so gullible.
Thank you so
when
much.
We get the Yoruba nation, we need to go into the north and clean the house for the Hausas and throw the Fulani out of the country. They are invaders. They're troublemakers.
Thank you.
That's
Thank
what
you so
we need
much.
to do.
Yes. Thank you very much, sir.
I have you on my WhatsApp. I'll be getting in touch with you.
It's a pleasure. Thank you so much, sir, for calling in tonight. Okay. I so much appreciate this because you are my last caller, and I'm like, I don't know if I how to tell you good night, but I still have to. Okay. Thank you so much, and you have a good evening. Okay.
All right, now.
All right, sir. Thank you, sir. Right. So this is where I'm going to draw the curtains. Okay. I've had the great contributors, great callers. I've done my own beat on the side. It takes forever, but I'm sorry. I can talk and talk and talk, and then I won't even know that the time is gone. Mrs. Sidakpani, Victoria, I'm going to reach out to her, okay? And I'm going to get back to all of you too. There is this, there's this I want to share with you today. I received about 3 messages from friends who were asking that how can they reach out to the Age Nigeria Foundation? They were asking me for the details, and I've tried to send those I could send privately. To all of you who are possibly watching me for the first time, in April last month, we were able to reach out to an organization in Ogun State, Lagos State, and Oyo State, where people have been supported in small communities in some of these states in Yoruba land. And we were able to raise over 600,000 naira for them last month. They did a lot with it. They sent us a video of the food box they gave to the elderly, the pensioners, many of them who have retired but never get paid. You have, for those who are following their stories, Age Nigeria Foundation was able to feed over 500 elderly men and women in about 5 communities altogether. So this month in May, they also want to say thank you to all of you who have reached out. I'm so grateful to my friends anyway. I can't really thank you enough, all right? However, if you're asking for their details again, this is it. What they did in April as a refresher for those of you who are watching and might want to know what is it all about. What is it all about? I'll show you just for the record. before we go tonight.
It is the tradition of Age Nigerian Foundation to celebrate our elderly on international days, to be able to interact with their peers for the purpose of preventing loneliness and depression, and be visible in our society. To celebrate them on World Health Day, the president of Age Nigerian Foundation engaged them with a lecture titled Preventive Health Care and Independence in Older Age. She also engaged them with wellness exercise. This we do regularly with older people to keep them active. Building a fairer, healthier world for older people is this year's theme by WHO, and it will be our guide on health for older people this year. Age Nigerian Foundation and older people in Odogbolu Ijebu, Ogiremo show a deep appreciation for your full support to our program. We sincerely appreciate Maiyegun General, Olushola Badero, and all his followers who donated to our food bank project in Odogbolu Ijebu, Ogiremo, Ijebu Ode, Abeokuta in Ogun State, and Lekki Orile in Lagos State. We supported over 250 older people with food box as we commemorate World Health Day on April 8 and 9 in Ogere and Odogbolu. Over 200 older people were served with hot meals as we hope to sustain meal on wheel for older people. Your old age will be more glorious. You will spend your old age in quality life. Thanks, and God bless you all for supporting Age Nigeria.
Very great people, and I've always been so thankful to the the staff, management and staff of Age Nigeria Foundation. Some of you may not know the impact of what that is doing, and I know many of you do. That's why you actually supported and donated, okay? The details of their account directly to them, it's on your screen. They are the people who actually keep their book. I love what they do. Imagine, you think, oh yeah, okay, how is it now? Did you get the donation? Did people reach out to you? We got some donation. Thank you, Maiyegun. No, they will, even if you send them 500 naira, they will put your name in front of it. They will put how much you sent to, to me. I have the list of all of you, and I can't thank you enough. Okay, this is May. You can do it again. Please reach out. Use this hashtag, or let me say reference, in sending the money to them. Maiyegun fans support. They know it's coming from you, and they have been so grateful. They told me they have never received any support like what they got from Maiyegun's Diary friends. We can do it again. Thank you so much, every one of you who tuned in. Who tuned in tonight. I'm going to see you again tomorrow. And please, if you haven't given me that thumb up under this video, you will see it under the video. Just click it, thumb up. I'm going to see you tomorrow. Stay safe and avoid Bokwari as much as you can. Good night.
Àní ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Maiyegun ti dé. Maiyegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Maiyegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Maiyegun ti dé. Lórí Facebook. Maiyegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Maiyegun ti dé. Lórí YouTube. Maiyegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Maiyegun ti dé. Bọ́ bàbá gbé wúrẹ́. Àní ẹ̀sùn ra jù. Ijó ìgbádùn yẹ. Àní ẹ̀sùn ra jù. Pẹ̀sìdó bá rúfin o. Àní ẹ̀sùn ra jù. Tí gómìnà kówó jẹ. ìṣúra yìí.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Ọlọ́pàá tí ń darí bá.
Maiyegun máa wí.
Ayé ìṣúra yìí.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Aṣòfin tí ń rúfin o.
Maiyegun máa wí.
Ayé ìṣúra yìí.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Òkúra olóṣèlú.
Maiyegun máa wí.
Ayé ìṣúra yìí.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀súnra kì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Ayé ìṣúra yìí.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀súnra kì. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀súnra kì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran o.
Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀súnra kì. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀súnra kì.